Hi, my name is Simone, and I am excited to be sharing with you on prayer and how we can personally cultivate a prayer life. And for me, I grew up feeling like prayer was really boring. I didn't know how to pray. When I went to church, I would look at the people to the left and right of me in the prayer circle praying, and I felt their prayers were so anointed and powerful, and I wondered how I could have that in my life. And I realized that they had something that I was missing, and it really was the missing element of knowing that God is a Father in heaven who is seated on a throne, and that when I pray, I'm not just talking to the clouds and I'm not speaking to someone who's just random in the sky, but I'm actually speaking to a real person and a real God. And I realized that prayer is meant for our hearts to be able to connect with God's heart. And when we begin to pray, we are able to release heaven on earth, and we're able to shift circumstances and situations. We're able to see change in family members and our personal lives. And so I really believe that prayer is one of the foundational elements for all believers, whether we're new believers or we have been saved our whole lives. We can always grow in the place of prayer and cultivate that. And one of my favorite books recently that I have been reading and been encouraged by is the book called Growing in Prayer. And there's so many practical tips of how we can exercise prayer in our personal life, because it really is a muscle. It doesn't always come natural, but because God is a real person, He longs to talk with us and He longs for us to listen to Him. And many times we grow up thinking that prayer is just a one-way street where we ramble our problems to God and nothing changes. But really, prayer is supposed to be the place that activates faith in us, that we can come before the God of the impossible and grant our requests to Him. And then we can listen to Him and hear His perspective. Because prayer, it helps us to align our hearts with God. We're able to pray the perfect will of God when we're spending time with Him, because John 15 talks about abiding with Christ. And really, prayer is the source of our spiritual growth, because we can't produce anything in our lives to be holy on our own. We really need the Spirit of God to do a work within us so that we can be like God and that we can love God back, love people in return, and really have faith to see family members changed and transformed.